RiverBender.com's live coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. St. Anthony's Health Center, innovation, commitment, compassion. First Cloverleaf Bank, we're better together. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. The Bank of Edwardsville, the people you know and trust. And by Roberts Motors, the value store since 1949.
Number 15, senior 5'8", Aaron Miller. Number 21, 5'6", junior, Abby Hanger. And number 23, 5'5", senior, Shaniqua Smith. And number 55, 6'3", senior, Kaitlyn Hill. McKester wears number 12, she's a 5'5", sophomore. Head coach for the Maroons, Kaitlyn Fisher. And now, let's start the night for your Alton Redbirds. Number 13, 5'5", senior, Jessica Ledmore. Number 15, 5'8", junior, Cynthia Moore. Number 22, 5'3", junior, Number 24, 5'9", junior, Taryn Hampton. Number 25, 6' senior, Kaitlyn
What do I have to do to sell you a car?
Roberts Motors, easy to get to, just off Highway 67 or Highway 3 in Alton.
by Hanger, and a good job by Belleville West being patient with their shot, just working the ball around, making the defense move a little bit, finding that good shot to take.
Here's a ball tipped away and picked up by Belleville West. They'll feed it down low, and now it's tipped away by the Redbirds, out of bounds.
Just a poor pass that time by Alton, trying to go cross court, and really wasn't even set up in the offense. I don't think really anybody knew what was going on in that transition that time, and Belleville West takes advantage with the first turnover of the night.
Here's Erica McCaster to throw it in for Belleville West, and she'll go deep to Smith. Now left side they working, traveling, going to be called on the left side on Aaron Miller, the senior.
See that a lot on the high school level, the shot fake, especially from the three-point line. You're too soon to take that first step or two, and you got to remember to keep the ball on the floor.
Redbirds with it, top of the key, work it to the left side. Back to the top they go, and this one overthrown, but the Redbirds save it. That's Cynthia Moore. Now, timeout going to be called by the Alton Redbirds. We'll take 1-2, 3-0 in favor of the Maroons. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
When you play sports like football, injuries are going to happen. That's why more area schools count on the Human Motion Institute's sports medicine pros to keep their athletes healthy and in the game. Our certified athletic trainers are part of the team, assessing and treating injuries right on the field. And if serious injury occurs, they're backed by an expert team of Alton Memorial Hospital surgeons and therapists. The Human Motion Institute at Alton Memorial Hospital. We're part of the team.
State Farm serves over 75 million auto, fire, life, and health policies in North America. And in the Riverbend area, Tom Lane is the newest face of State Farm. With 10 years experience, a highly trained staff, and a good neighbor attitude, he provides his customers with exceptional knowledge and service. Call 377-8912 or visit them on the web at tomlaneagency.net today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to Alton High School. Dennis Laird alongside Trevor Shaw. Redbirds with the basketball after the timeout. Top of the key, it's Jada Moore with the basketball. We'll work it to Cynthia Moore on the right side. Back to the top of the key now, around to Jada Moore. At the top of the key, it's Lenora working it inside and off the glass and in. Is number 24, Taryn Hampton. The first two of the night for the Redbirds makes it a 3-2 ball game.
Nice job by Hampton working that low block against the 6'3" Kaitlyn Hill.
Here's a pass to Smith in the right corner. Smith with the basketball, works it back to the top of the key. Shaniqua Smith will work it over to McCaster, who's going to try a long three, and it's no good. There's Smith fighting for the rebound, but the Redbirds come up with it. Down the floor comes Jessica Lenore, and the ball tipped away, and a foul going to be called. It'll be Maroon basketball.
Yeah, the last series for Belleville West down on offense, McCaster took really a poor shot from the three-point line. She was an easy step and a half away from the line, really kind of rushed her shot.
Smith works it to McCaster, back top of the key now, around to Hanger. Into the corner, Smith down low to the big girl, Hill. She'll dribble it off a Redbird's leg, out of bounds.
And I don't think there's any secret that Belleville West is going to do whatever they can to try and feed that ball inside to Kaitlyn Hill at 6'3". She has a clear size advantage over everyone on the court.
Here's a good backdoor pass, but a missed shot by Aaron Miller. Then a foul call. Foul called on Belleville West, so Alton Redbird basketball.
Redbirds catch a break there with Belleville West with a nice easy bucket on the inbound play, and our nice easy opportunity, I should say. Couldn't convert on the bucket.
Jessica Lenore, top of the key, works it to Cynthia Moore. Cynthia Moore to the left side to Jada Moore. Will fire it back to Lenore. Down low they go. Into the paint. Here's a shot on the way from Cynthia Moore. Bounces around. No good. Rebound Redbirds out to Jada Moore, whose shot is on the way. That's a 2 to make it a 4-3. Alton Redbird lead.
Good aggressive defense by Belleville West, but Alton just able to hang in there and find a way to get the ball inside, and a good job by Moore to knock down the outside shot.
Hill top of the key to the right side to Smith. Back top of the key, Abby Hanger with it. Here's Shaniqua Smith getting it to Kaitlyn Hill. Now Abby Hanger with it to McCaster. Will try the 3, and it's no good. Rebound comes down, and Kaitlyn Hill pulls it down. Top of the key, McCaster in low. They try to get it to Hill, overthrown out of bounds.
McCaster again with a bit of a rush shot on beyond the three-point line that time, but I think, Belleville West did such a good job the first couple possessions, moving the ball around, working for a good shot. I'm not sure why she's so anxious.
Cynthia Moore traveling with the basketball, and a Redbird turnover.
Alton's third turnover of the game here so far in the first quarter. Going to have to keep those down if they want to keep it close against this Belleville West team.
Here's Abby Hanger at the top of the key for the Maroons. Works it to the right side. Now McCaster with it. Free throw line, whistle to blow, and a foul going to be called. Jessica Lenore called for the foul that time for the Redbirds. Here's McCaster to throw it in. Gets it in weak side, and there's a shot in by number 15, Miller. Lenore across the timeline, drives all the way to the hoop, over Hill, no good. And there's Abby Hanger with the rebound. She'll work it out to Smith.
Nice penetration by Lenore that time, just couldn't convert on the bucket.
Shaniqua Smith missing on the other end, and Cynthia Moore with the loose ball rebound. Here's Jessica Lenore. Fires it to the right side to Jada Moore. Back top of the key, Herod. Now Cynthia Moore with it, and a foul going to be called against the Redbirds. So the Maroons get it back with a 1-point lead. They lead 5-4 over the Alton Redbirds.
Redbirds with a substitution. Ariel Elliott enters the game for Alton.
Here's Smith driving off the glass and in.
Not very good weak side help that time by the Redbirds. Smith was able to just drive the left side of the paint. Easy bucket for 2 points.
Jada Moore, top of the key, drops it off to Cynthia Moore. Gets a reach-in foul called against her. McCaster going to be called for this foul. McCaster, a big scorer as well for the Maroons, averaging 15 points a game. Maroons lead 7-4 over the Redbirds. And the Redbirds get it into Harrod. Michaela Harrod fires it into the paint, trying to get it to Hampton, but it's tipped away by Hill and picked up by the Maroons. There's Abby Hanger going to bring it up the floor. Hanger to Smith on the right side. She'll work it between the circles. Drop it off to McCaster. Back to Smith. Smith firing it into the paint to McCaster. Off the glass, no good. Rebound, Redbirds. Harrod pulls down the board and drops it off to Jada Moore.
A good sequence that time by Belleville West. Just wasn't able to convert on the bucket, but good ball movement. Able to find McCaster free underneath the bucket.
Inside to Harrod. She'll work it back out top of the key. Here's Elliott with it. Now left side, Cynthia Moore. Moore into Hampton in the paint around Hill, but misses. Gets her own rebound, back up and in.
Great job that time by Hampton, and a good series for the Redbirds that time, moving the ball around, working for a good shot. Hampton following her shot, good rebound, and able to get it on the putback.
Smith on the left side works it to Abby Hanger. Drives into the paint. Loses it, but Smith picks it up. Here's Miller with it. Now across to McCaster. Underneath they go to Hill, and she misses an easy one. Harrod with a weak side board.
Wow, just a horrible miss that time by Hill.
Here's Harrod with a jumper, and it rolls in. Redbirds lead by 1.
The Redbirds coming out playing pretty aggressive here so far. Defensively, they're a little off, but they're hustling on the offensive boards, working for second chance opportunities.
McCaster, top of the key, walks with it for Belleville West. The Redbirds get it back with a 1-point lead. 1:41 on the clock, first quarter.
Second time McCaster's been called for that walk, I believe. And she's got to make sure she puts the ball on the ground before she takes that drive step.
Redbirds get it into Jada Moore across the timeline. Picked up by McCaster. Moore driving left side. We'll work it back out top to Cynthia Moore. She goes to the right side to Lenore. Back to Cynthia Moore. To the free throw line. Jumper on the way, and it's no good. Rebound comes down to Smith. Shaniqua Smith up the left side. And she will turn the ball over. And the Redbirds get it back with a 1-point lead and 1:14 to go first quarter.
I'm not sure about that call. The official says Smith was carrying the ball, but I didn't see it, but he did obviously have a bit better view than I did.
Here's Lenore working it around to the right side to Cynthia Moore. Cynthia Moore back out top to Jada Moore. McCaster all over her. Now right side, Cynthia Moore into Hampton in the paint, battling around Hill, and whistles blow. A foul going to be called.
Belleville's defense very aggressive, really making Alton work for the opportunity to get a shot off on the basket. Maybe a little too anxious that time.
Smith with the basketball, left side of McCaster. Top of the key, they work it around to Smith again. Here's Abby Hanger with it at the top of the key. Now right side, Shaniqua Smith. Kaitlyn Hill out to touch the ball, and now left side to Hanger. McCaster with it, drives into the paint. Lets it fly, but going to be called for traveling.
McAllister's third traveling call, third time she's turned the ball over. That basket was good too. I thought for sure it was going to be a foul call, but McCaster just not able to get her feet right tonight.
Here's Lenore, left side, works it to Hampton, now around to Jada Moore. Jada Moore on the right side, looking for help. Into Hampton, working against Hill with a move off the glass and in.
Fantastic footwork that time by Lenore. With the big girl Kaitlyn at 6'3" on her, you'd think that the size advantage obviously goes to Kaitlyn, but a nice little spin move.
Here's McCaster down the paint. Beautiful feed to Hill, who puts it off the glass and in. To pull Belleville West within one as the buzzer sounds to end quarter number one. 10-9 in favor of the Redbirds after one. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep in a spacious apartment or villa home, with no upfront endowment and just one monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
Take a look at the latest J.D. Power & Associates insurance certifications for customer satisfaction. Know what each certified agency has in common?
Each is with American Family Insurance.
In fact, American Family Agencies are the first agencies certified by J.D. Power & Associates.
According to our policyholders, our agents deliver an outstanding customer experience.
American Family Insurance.
All your protection
under one roof.
Call me, Gerard Fisher, at 466-7062 or stop by 3014 Godfrey Road.
Welcome back to Alton High School. Dennis Laird alongside Trevor Shaw. Left side, Jada Moore with the basketball for the Redbirds. To start things off, here's Lenore feeding it underneath to Cynthia Moore. High off the glass, no good. Hampton with a rebound. Back up, no good. And the ball chased down by Lenore, but stepping on the end line. So the Belleville West Maroons will get the basketball down by one.
Alton coming out pretty strong in the first quarter, keeping this game close, which is something they really want to do if they want to stay in it for the second half. Just don't let Belleville West extend the lead too much.
Here's a foul away from the basketball. They're going to call this one on Cynthia Moore. And now the Belleville West Maroons will throw it in from in front of the Redbird bench. Substitution quickly for the Redbirds as Hampton will step out and Jennifer Ingram into the ball game.
Ingram also with a little bit of size, listed at 6'1", so going to take on the duties of guarding Kaitlyn Hill.
Abby Hanger top of the key to Smith on the right side. Now Hill with it. Left side back to Hanger. McCaster top of the key. Drives down the paint. And going to be able to draw the foul this time.
McCaster being very aggressive so far here in the first half. Couple of miscues with some traveling calls, but she finished that first quarter with a magnificent pass to Hill as time ran out.
Caster hits her first free throw. First free throw of the night for both teams. And McCaster will have another. And that gives the Belleville West Maroons the lead 11-10 over the Redbirds. There's Cynthia Moore getting it into Lenore. And trouble in the backcourt, but Gets away, and then the ball tipped out of bounds by McCaster.
Belleville West applying a bit of three-quarter court pressure, I should say, and trying to make Alton a little anxious, see if they can force him into another turnover. Alton with Alton 4 turnovers in the first quarter. Belleville West 4 turnovers in the first quarter.
Here's the inbounds pass to Jada Moore. Moore driving right side. Now back to the left side. Drops it off to Lenore. Here's Cynthia Moore with it. Gets it stripped away, but picks it back up. Jessica Lenora going to let it fly from just inside the arc. No good. Rebound chased down by McCaster for Belleville West.
Nice hustle by McCaster. She's doing a really good job of being aggressive on the on-ball defense as well.
Smith working it to the left side. Now gets it back. Hanger with it. Here's McCaster. McCaster puts the ball on the floor. Drives to the free throw line in the paint now. Gets it to Hill, but she gets it stripped away. Redbird player goes down. Now the Redbirds almost lose it, but get it right back. Here's Jessica Lenore with the basketball. Right side they go. Cynthia Moore with the basketball. Cross courts it to Jada Moore. Jada now in the corner to Jessica Lenore's three on the way is no good. Rebound put back up and in. And a nice play by Jennifer Ingram.
Jennifer Ingram comes off the bench. Nice rebound and a putback shot. So puts the Redbirds back up one, and Alton just determined to stay into this game with the lead right now.
Smith on the left side. Here's Hanger with it to the free throw line. Back to Smith. Inside to Hill off the glass and in.
Beautiful pass that time by Smith. The defenders from Alton, actually two on Kaitlyn Hill that time. They were fronting her. Smith just lobbed it over the top of him for an easy lay-in for Kaitlyn Hill.
Lenore down into the corner to Michaela Harrod, who tried to fire it underneath to Cynthia Moore, but it's tipped out of bounds by Belleville West. So Cynthia Moore will throw it in for the Redbirds. Gets it in off her own player, takes it back off the glass, no good. Rebound, Redbirds, back up and again. It's Michaela Harrod.
Little playground action that time. Bounce it, you're trying to inbound the pass, nobody open, you just bounce it off the defender, take it yourself. You see that every once in a while on a Sports Center highlight.
Here's Smith inside to McCaster, who loses the ball. It's picked up by the Redbirds.
Belleville West doing a poor job of protecting the ball on the offensive end tonight. 6 turnovers altogether in the first half, 2 this quarter.
There's Jada Moore to Cynthia Moore, top of the key. Inside they go. Now Jada Moore gets it back. A 3 on the way. It rolls in and out, no good. Rebound comes down, and let's see. Maroons will get the basketball as 2 players chase it towards the out of bounds and off the Redbirds last.
Belleville West looking to find some kind of a rhythm here offensively. Looks like they're struggling. Team that averages nearly 52 points a game.
Here's Miller with the basketball for Belleville West. Down into the corner. Stolen away by the Redbirds. Lenore, and then a foul called against Belleville West.
Again, a poor offensive possession for Belleville West. Again, they come away with no points, and they'll take a timeout here to talk things over.
Redbirds lead the Belleville West Maroons 14-13 with 4:31 left to play in the half. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
St. Anthony's Health Center, located in Alton, is serving the Riverbend area with quality patient care and comfort through comprehensive outpatient rehabilitative therapy services, advanced diagnostic technology, and emergency services, while also providing community education classes that benefit those of all ages. All brought to you by St. Anthony's Health Center's dedicated and caring health professionals.
Sports, food, and good times. All this and more are waiting for you at Alton Sports Tap. Gather the crew for a night out, or better yet, bring in the whole family and enjoy the best burger or wings in town. We offer daily specials, an affordable menu, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Visit our new Caribbean-themed edition. We also have banquet and meeting rooms for your special occasion. Alton Sports Tap, serving up sports, food, and good times daily at the intersection of Route 140 and Homer Adams Parkway in Alton.
Welcome back to Alton High School. Dennis Laird alongside Trevor Shaw. Redbirds basketball at the Belleville West timeout. Here's Jada Moore, top of the key, working it right side to Hampton, who gets it tipped away out of bounds.
Belleville West is doing a good job defensively, getting their hands on the ball and poking it out and really making Alton work for their offensive possessions. But it's still a 14-13 Redbirds lead.
Cynthia Moore to throw it in deep to Jessica Lenore in the backcourt. Will bring it up the floor across the timeline, picked up by Shaniqua Smith. She'll work it to Hampton free throw line, tries to fire it inside, and it's tipped away out of bounds. Belleville West basketball.
Trying to get it underneath to Jennifer Ingram, the 6'1" junior off the bench, and she could not reel it in.
Smith right side to Miller. Here's Abby Hanger with it in the corner. Hanger works her way to the free throw line. Now to Smith. Smith puts it on the floor. Backs it up. Into the corner. Now works at top of the key. Abby Hanger. Hanger between the circles. McCaster with it. Now to Smith. Back to Hanger in the left corner. Drives to the paint. And lays it off the glass. No good. Rebound. Alton Redbirds. Cynthia Moore.
Belleville West has done a good job of penetrating the lane and getting some shots underneath the basket. They just have not been able to knock them down tonight.
Lenore inside to Hampton, working against Hill. Puts it on the floor. Battles and finally draws a foul.
Lenore doing a pretty good job offensively against the 6'3" Kaitlyn Hill tonight. Unable to convert there, but did draw the foul. She's got good footwork. She's able to get Kaitlyn Hill moving around a little bit so she can free up some space for herself to try and attack the basket.
Taryn Hampton at the line. Bounces off the front of the rim. No good on her first one. She has 6 points, all coming in that first quarter. Been doing a nice job against big Kaitlyn Hill. Hampton shot on the way, off the front of the rim, no good. She missed them both. Belleville West with a rebound. Here's Abby Hanger working it to Shaniqua Smith. Will cross the timeline. Right side, McCaster. Back to Smith. Smith inside the arc. Works it back to Hanger at the free throw line. Hanger back out between the circles. Now Smith with it. Driving. Stopped by Harrod. She'll back it up. Here's Miller with it. Back to Smith. Inside they go to Hill. With a move around Hampton off the glass and in and one.
That's what Belleville West is probably wanting to do a little bit more here in the last couple minutes of the second quarter. Just trying to feed it inside to Kaitlyn Hill. Let her do her thing. She's got the size advantage over everybody on the court. Get it to her on that block and just let her bang it off the glass.
Hill at the free throw line now. Try to convert the three-point play. And will. 7 points for Hill now. A 2-point Belleville West Maroon lead. 16-14 over the Alton Redbirds. 2:45 to play before halftime as Jessica Lenore brings it across the timeline with Shaniqua Smith all over. Left side, here's Jada Moore. Here's Cynthia Moore with it on the left side. Driving towards the paint. Back out top, she'll go to Jada Moore. Now she'll take a three, and it's way short. Saved by Cynthia Moore. Nope. They'll give Belleville West the basketball. She stepped on the line.
Belleville West really being aggressive with the on-ball pressure, even still trying to force a trap into the corners, and Alton's really working every offensive possession.
Smith, right side to Hanger. Here's Miller with it, right back to Smith. McCaster, top of the key, driving. She turns around and hands it off to Smith. Smith across to Abby Hanger. Hanger works it back to Smith, top of the key. She drives, free throw line, into the paint, kicks it out to Miller. Fakes a shot to the baseline. Now back out top. Here's Hanger for three. Rattles in and out, no good. And the rebound off the Redbirds, out of bounds.
Well, good job by the Maroons that time on the possession, just really working the ball around, making the Alton Redbirds move, working for that good shot. Hanger had one at the top of the key, just unable to convert.
Here's the pass tipped away by the Redbirds, the inbound pass, and they come up with it. Redbirds with a chance to tie here. Minute 39 left to go in the half.
Belleville West now 4 turnovers this quarter, 8 in the game so far. They really need to take care of that basketball.
Here's Lenora working it to Herod. Her jumper on the way from the baseline, no good. Rebound comes down to Belleville West, and a foul going to be called.
Fouls on the Redbirds are 17 foul. Fouls number 25,
Michaela Herod called for the foul. And Belleville West will shoot free throws. They are in the bonus. Abby Hanger down to shoot the 1-and-1. 3 points on the night for Abby Hanger. She steps up to the stripe here with 1:25 to go in the half. Her team up by 2, 16-14 over the Redbirds. And she sinks the first free throw. She'll have another. Hanger averaging 5.8 points a game. From the stripe, lets it go, and it's good. Hit them both to give her 5 on the night. 1:25 to go and a 4-point lead for Belleville West.
Yeah, Hanger, a good free throw shooter, 70% on the year.
There's a foul going to be called on the sidelines against the Belleville West Maroons.
Well, that's not too bad considering as aggressive as the Maroons have been on defense all night long to really not be in any kind of foul trouble yet. It's good discipline by them.
Cynthia Moore into Lenore. Here's Hampton to Moore. Back out top, tipped away by Hanger, chased down by Jada Moore. Left side, Jessica Lenore tries to get it into Hampton. Does. Hampton in the paint, rolls it over the rim and in.
Hampton is dominating in the paint for the Redbirds tonight, doing a really good job, especially with Kaitlyn Hill on the bench. Makes that work a lot easier.
Here's Miller with it. Top of the key, Shaniqua Smith. Back to Miller. Miller on the floor now with it. Finds Smith in the corner. Smith to the paint against Herod. Stops there. Kicks it back out to Abby Hanger. Hanger with it. Drops it off to Smith, who works her way to the free throw line. Down the paint, off the glass, too high, no good. Rebound, Michaela Harris. 26 seconds to go in the half.
Bit of a wild shot by Shaniqua Smith that time. Good penetration, just a little bit wild on the shot attempt.
Lenore, top of the key to Herod. Left side, Jada Moore. Down to 14 seconds. Jada Moore, top of the key. Jessica Lenore with it now. Gets it tipped away and knocked out of bounds by Miller with 7.6 seconds left to go in the half.
Nice job by Miller to get her hand into the passing lane there, just kind of disrupt the flow Alton's trying to get into.
18-16, Redbirds trails. They get it in. Here's Cynthia Moore, top of the key. Jada Moore with a big three, no good. Rebound, Redbirds back up and no good. And that's how the first half comes to an end with the Redbirds trailing the Belleville West Maroons 18-16 at halftime. We'll be back with halftime after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Listen to what people are saying about the Bank of Edwardsville.
It is a pleasure for me to bank at the Bank of Edwardsville.
Your entire staff was professional, thorough, and very helpful.
I was told I would be taken good care of, and that was the understatement of the year.
Because of the excellent service I received, I had transferred both my savings and checking accounts to the Bank of Edwardsville.
We appreciate the dedication the bank provides.
And that's why I work at the Bank of Edwardsville.
State Farm serves over 75 million auto, fire, life, and health policies in North America. And in the Riverbend area, Tom Lane is the newest face of State Farm. With 10 years' experience, a highly trained staff, and a good neighbor attitude, he provides his customers with exceptional knowledge and service. Call 377-8912 or visit them on the web at tomlaneagency.net today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back at halftime. Dennis Laird alongside Trevor Shaw. The Alton Redbirds in this one at halftime, trailing 18-16 to Belleville West. They lost back on January 8th to the Belleville West Maroons, 58-31. The Redbirds battling here in this one, down only by 2 at halftime. And the big story, Taryn Hampton for the Redbirds, averaging 6.3 points per game and battling big Kaitlyn Hill tonight, has 8 points to lead the way for all scorers, and that's a big story for the Redbirds and the reason they're in this one here at halftime.
Yeah, Hampton's done a fantastic job on the offensive end, obviously giving up a few inches to Kaitlyn Hill, but she's done a good job with her footwork when they get the ball to her down low on the post. she's able to maneuver a little bit and force Hampton to leave her feet just enough where she can get a window off the glass and get a couple of easy buckets. On the flip side of that, Belleville West has played solid defense, but offensively they just have not been able to find any kind of a rhythm whatsoever. Several traveling calls on a couple of different players, 8 turnovers total in the first half for Belleville West. And if they want to come out with a victory here and clinch the Southwestern Conference title, they're going to have to clean that up in a second.
Kaitlyn Hill leading the way for the Belleville West Maroons, quietly putting in 7 points for them. She's followed by Abby Hanger with 5, but struggling are the Belleville West Maroons. They were outscored 10-9 in that first quarter, and then outscored the Redbirds 9-6 in quarter number 2, but only lead by 2 here at halftime over the Redbirds, 18-16. And we'll be back with third quarter action after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. St. Anthony's Health Center, innovation, commitment, compassion. First Cloverleaf Bank, we're better together. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. The Bank of Edwardsville, the people you know and trust. And by Roberts Motors, the value store since 1949.
Ball game.
Welcome back to Alton High School. Dennis Laird alongside Trevor Shaw. Belleville West starts with the basketball. Down, are leading by 2. And here's Kaitlyn Hill missing an easy one. Down low, and the rebound comes down to the Redbirds. It's Jada Moore crossing the timeline. Right side to Cynthia Moore. She drives, top of the key. Here's Lenora with it. Now left side, Jada Moore. Moore to the paint, kicks it out to Cynthia Moore. Lenora inside to Michaela Harrod, who lost the dribble. Works it around, back out to Jada Moore. In the corner, Michaela Harrod fires it in the paint, and it's stolen away by Belleville West. Abby Hanger brings it up the floor and crosses the timeline. Left side, here's the basketball pass to Smith. Shaniqua Smith now will work it back to the left side. Here's Hanger with it, now to Smith.
Belleville West doing a good job of trying to work for a bucket.
Into the paint, her shot short and no good, and the rebound comes down to the Alton Redbirds.
Belleville West struggling from the field tonight. Just can't seem to get any kind of rhythm going offensively.
Here's Lenore with it, going to let it fly from the top of the key. No good. Hampton with the board. Back up and in. 10 points now for Taryn Hampton. And she draws a foul and will head to the strike.
Her effort tonight's been magnificent. Going up against the 6'3" Kaitlyn Hill has got to be an exhausting effort, because not only she's got to try to put some points on the board against her, but she's got to guard her defensively on the other end. So she's seeing her a lot.
Hampton misses the free throw, and Hill pulls down the board. There's Abby Hanger dropping it off to Shaniqua Smith. There's McCaster firing it inside to Hill. Double team. Works it back out to Smith. Top of the key they go. Abby Hanger with it. Smith with it now. Smith works it around. Top of the key. Fires it inside to Hill off the glass. No good. Hill with her own rebound between 3 Redbirds. And then is able to draw the foul. And she'll head to the free strike.
Hill just doesn't seem to have the touch off the glass tonight. She had a couple of times down low where she's really had a one-on-one situation where she had her defender beat pretty easily, and just a little too hard off the glass. Needs to find a little touch, make those shots go down a little easier. But most of the time we've seen Alton collapse on her defensively when she gets the ball down low. It's got to make it pretty tough to put the ball in.
Misses the first free throw and hits the second to give her 8 points on the night. And a 1-point Belleville West lead, 19-18. Top of the key, Lenora with it, working it right side. Into the paint, lets it go off the glass and in.
Nice penetration by Lenora that time. Nice dribble move to fake out her defender at the top of the key. Was able to get a little mid-range jump shot in there.
McCaster for 3 on the other end, no good. Harrod with a rebound. And the Redbirds with a 1-point lead bring it up the floor. Lenore with it across the timeline. Works to the left side and drops it off to Jada Moore. And now down on the floor, Cynthia Moore tied up. Jump ball called, and the possession arrow in favor of the Alton Redbirds. Caitlin Carter down on the floor with Cynthia Moore there to tie her up. Redbirds with the possession arrow and the basketball, and Cynthia Moore gets it into Lenore. At the top of the key, we'll work it to the right side. Now back top of the key. Here's Jada Moore with it. Jada will go back to Lenore. Inside to Hampton here, working against Hill. Forcing it up and ends up being called for the travel.
Yeah, defense for Belleville West collapsed on her that time, similar to the way Alton's done to Kaitlyn Hill tonight. When Hampton had it down low, they brought an extra defender in on her, made her a little uncomfortable, and forced her to walk.
Abby Hanger at the top of the key, works it to Carter on the right side. Here's Miller with it. Now back to Hanger, to McCaster at the top of the key. McCaster with a dribble to the paint. Out to Hanger, who fires it inside to Hill, double team there. Back to Hanger, driving the paint off the glass, and she will draw the foul as she takes it to the hoop.
Alton Redbirds are content on making someone besides Kaitlyn Hill beat them tonight. They're just flat out double teaming her on the post right now. A girl in front and a girl behind. They just can't seem to find a way to get it into her.
20-19, the Redbirds lead. Now it's 20-20 as Abby Hanger hits the first free throw.
Free throws are going to be real important in this game, especially with Belleville West struggling offensively. They want to hit all their free throws, or as many as possible. But a good free throw shooting team are the Maroons.
Hanger hits them both, 4 for 4 on the night, and a 1-point lead for the Maroons. Redbirds with the basketball. Jada Moore, top of the key to Cynthia Moore. Around to Jessica Lenore. Into the paint to Hampton off the glass. No good. Rebound comes down, and Hampton picks it up off the floor. Here's Lenore, back top of the key to Michaela Harrod. Right side, they work it to Jada Moore. She drives to the paint, lets it fly, and it's no good. Michaela Harrod with a rebound. Pass inside to Hampton, and Hampton going to draw the foul as she tries to get the shot off.
Well, Taryn Hampton is just flat out outplaying Kaitlyn Hill tonight. A couple of plays ago, Hill had an opportunity at the rebound, just kind of swatted at it. Hampton was able to recover the rebound after her own shot, so.
Hampton misses the free throw, and she is 0 for 4 tonight now from the line.
Talked about the importance of Belleville West making their free throws. The same goes for the Redbirds. In a close game like this, you don't want to leave points on the board.
And she hits her first free throw of the night. 1 for 5 from the line, but it ties it up at 21 with 4:20 to go here third quarter. Abby Hanger, top of the key. Works to the left side. Here's Miller going to try a three, and it's no good. Rebound, McCaster back up, off the glass and in.
Nice job by McCaster to find the rebound there just right underneath the basket. An easy bucket afterwards.
4 points for McCaster now. Top of the key, Jada Moore with the basketball between the circles. Tries to fire it inside, knocked away, but picked up by the Redbirds. Cynthia Moore to the paint, lets it fly, and it's good.
Redbirds giving it everything they got now for the Belleville West. Tied up 23 apiece. Belleville West just doesn't know what to do here.
Miller will get it down low to Hill off the glass and in.
That's what you do. You give it to Hill on the post. You just cannot front her. She's too big. She's 6'3". You got to get behind her and force her to go through you.
2-point Belleville West lead, 25-23 over the Redbirds. Alton with it, top of the key, works it down the corner. Jada Moore with a shot all the way, no good. The rebound comes down to Miller for Belleville West. Abby Hanger up the floor. Hanger right side to Carter. Here's Hill, down low off the glass, shot no good. Tipped away, but right to Michaela Harris.
Again, Hill unable to convert on the block. Really helped extend the lead there for Belleville West.
Here's Lenore, top of the key, double teamed and in trouble. And a foul going to be called on Abby Hanger. So the Redbirds will throw it in from underneath their own basket. Cynthia Moore ready to throw it in. 2:55 on the clock as Moore looks for somebody to get it to and goes deep to Jessica Lenore.
I'm not sure why there wasn't a whistle there. It looked like the Redbird player touched it before it went to the backcourt. Should have been an over and back call.
Here's Jada Moore, right side to Lenore. Here's Hampton with it. Now Michaela Harrod. Harrod outside to Lenore, gets it right back. Harrod drives, baseline jumper on the way, and it's good.
The Redbirds are not going away in this one. Tied up at 25 apiece.
6 points for Michaela Harrod. 25-25 the score. Belleville West fires it inside to Hill. Off the glass and in.
Belleville West is tired of messing around now. They're coming down every time, going right to Kaitlyn Hill on that low block. Take it or leave it for her. The referee is allowing Alton to step all over the timeline. I'm not sure why there hasn't been multiple over and back calls.
Here's Michaela Harrod taking a pass down low off the glass and in and draws a foul.
Big shot that time for Harrod. Way to draw the contact. And able to convert on the bucket. See if she can. I don't think she's made a free throw yet in this game.
This is her first attempt of the night. Minute 55 on the clock. Third quarter, 27-27 as Harrod lets it go. And it's good. 5 points in the quarter for Harrod, 9 in the ball game, and it's a 28-27 Redbird lead. Carter works it left side to McCaster. McCaster works it to Hill. Hill back out. Here's Miller for three, and it's good.
Belleville West starting to find some rhythm offensively now. Got an inside-out game working that time with Kaitlyn Hill. She was working that low block kick out.
Here's a shot on the way by the Redbirds. Good. A three off the bench.
Nice shot by Alton to answer the three by Belleville West.
Jaleesa Lacey with it. Here's Hanger kicking it out. McCaster going to try a three. It's way off the mark. There's Hill, though, with the board, and in.
Hill just taking that ball away from Lenore that time.
Right side, Cynthia Moore with it. Fires it to Jessica Lenore, but it's tipped out of bounds. They'll say off the Redbirds, and Carter will throw it in for Belleville West.
First turnover of the quarter for Alton.
Abby Hanger with the basketball. And a 1 point lead for the Maroons. McCaster with it. McCaster driving to the paint off the glass, and she will draw the foul.
Nice penetration by McCaster that time, going to the line for two shots. Belleville West with an opportunity here to extend the lead a little bit.
46.6 seconds on the clock. A 1 point Maroon lead with McCaster at the strike. And she hits the free throw. McCaster perfect 3 for 3 on the night now from the strike.
Kaitlyn Hill, who's had a big quarter, takes a seat now. She's going to rest up. Probably come back with a minute or so, after a minute or so goes by in the fourth quarter.
McCaster hits them both. 34-31 Maroons. Here's Lenore with the basketball to Harrod, who gets it stripped away. Carter picks it up for Belleville West.
Nice defense by Belleville West that time, forcing Alton into some turnover situations.
Miller with it in the corner. Miller going to let the three fly. No good. Rebound, McCaster, though. McCaster will bring it back out top.
Belleville West should just hold for a final shot of the quarter here.
Miller gets it to Abby Hanger, down to 10 seconds. Hanger drops it off to McCaster, down to 6 seconds. McCaster driving baseline. 2 seconds, and she'll lose it out of bounds. The Redbirds will have it with 1.6 seconds left on the clock. They trail 34-31. Hampton to Harrod at the half-court stripe, lets it go, and it's off the mark. And that's how quarter number 3 comes to an end. 34-31 in favor of Belleville West. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
When you play sports like football, injuries are going to happen. That's why more area schools count on the Human Motion Institute's sports medicine pros to keep their athletes healthy and in the game. Our certified athletic trainers are part of the team, assessing and treating injuries right on the field. And if serious injury occurs, They're backed by an expert team of Alton Memorial Hospital surgeons and therapists. The Human Motion Institute at Alton Memorial Hospital. We're part of the team.
Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep in a spacious apartment or villa home, with no upfront endowment and just one monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
Back at Alton High School, Dennis Laird alongside Trevor Shaw, and the Belleville West Maroons start with the basketball. In quarter number 4, they have the lead. Hill with it, kicking it out to Miller, now to Shaniqua Smith. Smith in the corner, puts the ball on the floor, works her way to the free strike. Drops it off to McCaster. McCaster driving off the glass, no good. Rebound, whistles blow, and a foul going to be called. And they're going to call this on Hill for going over the back.
Kaitlyn's 4th foul in this game, 1 more to go, and she's going to have to play very carefully. It looks like she's going to come out with 4 fouls. You can't afford to have her fouling out with so much time to go in the 4th quarter. You're going to need her down the stretch.
Lenore works it to Jada Moore on the left side. Redbirds down by 3. Here's Lacey with it. Lacey double teamed and trouble. Jump ball now, and possession arrow in favor of Belleville West. Good defense there by the Maroons.
All night long, Belleville West has been very aggressive going after the ball handlers, and a couple of fouls have been called, but the aggressiveness has forced several turnovers for Alton. Not so much in the second half, Ed.
Now the officials give the ball to the Redbirds. They had signaled the other way. The Redbirds going to get it. Possession arrow in their favor. Lacey with the basketball. Here's Lenore with it to Jada Moore. Jada Moore at the top of the key. Will drop it off to Herod. Kayla Herod working against Shaniqua Smith. Here's Lenore with it, trying to get it to Lacey. Fires it too far out in front of her, and it's out of bounds. Turnover to Belleville West. Here's Carter getting it into Shaniqua Smith, who will bring it up the floor with 7 minutes to play in this one. 34-31, Belleville West. Smith with the basketball on the right side. Inside to Miller. Miller guarded by Lenore, and she'll work it back out top of the key to Carter. Now McCaster with it. Down low. And now a foul going to be called underneath. Abby Hanger with the basketball there and run into double trouble. And was able to draw the foul, so McCaster will throw it in from underneath the Maroon basket. McCaster fires it through Miller's hands, and it's picked up by the Redbirds, Cynthia Moore.
Got to be able to handle that pass. Unnecessary turnover there for the Maroons.
Top of the key, it's Jada Moore, right side to Lenore. Jada Moore with it back. Now timeout Redbirds. 34-31, Belleville West leads Alton with 6:21 left to go. Redbird timeout. We'll take one too. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Hi, George Weber. Weber Chevrolet's year-end clearance is underway, making now a great time to save money when you buy and when you drive. Through the end of the month, we are offering the highest sales incentives of the year. And no matter what you hear in the media, believe me, our financing is still as available and aggressive as it's ever been, if not more. Combine that with our great incentives and you have the lowest payments of the year. And that's just the start of the great values at Weber Chevrolet in Granite City, Illinois. Or check us out on the web at webergc.com.
Take a look at the latest J.D. Power & Associates insurance certifications for customer satisfaction. Know what each certified agency has in common?
Each is with American Family Insurance.
In fact, American Family Agencies are the first agency certified by J.D. Power & Associates.
According to our policyholders, our agents deliver an outstanding customer experience.
American Family Insurance.
All your protection
under one roof.
Call me, Gerard Fisher, at 466-7062 or stop by 3014 Godfrey Road.
Back at Alton High School, Dennis Laird alongside Trevor Shaw, Redbird basketball. Top of the key is Jada Moore. Here's Michaela Herod with it. Inside they go, and it's stripped away. Belleville West comes up with it. Shaniqua Smith with the basketball. Smith across the timeline. And she'll drive to the baseline. Back it up now. Kayla Harrod on her. Now she's picked up by Lenore. Hands it to McCaster. McCaster kicking out to Miller for three, and it's short, no good. A rebound comes down long and out of bounds and off the Redbirds. So Belleville West will get it back.
Yeah, lucky break there for the Maroons. You get a second chance in this offensive transition. As Kaitlyn Hill with 4 fouls still on the bench. Thought we might see her coming out of the timeout.
Shaniqua Smith at the top of the key will drop it off to Carter, who gets it to Hanger. Now right side McCaster. Top of the key, it's Smith with it. Here's Abby Hanger. Between the circles. Right side, Smith with it. Harrod on her. Smith now works her way to the paint. Down the lane, off the glass, no good. Rebound, Lenore.
Good penetration by Smith.
Right side, Cynthia Moore with it. Back to Lenore in the corner. Inside to Hampton, who kicks it back out to Lenore. Top of the key, Harrod. Left side now, Jada Moore. Into the paint, Lenore is hammered. And a foul going to be called on Miller. 5:05 left to go in this ball game. The Maroons lead 34-31 over the Redbirds as Alton will throw it in from underneath their own basket. Jessica Lenore to key it in, gets it into Hampton to move in the paint, over the rim and in. More for Taryn Hampton.
Nice job by Hampton again on that low block. She's been money all night long from there. Just a little spin move to the basket. She's laying it off the glass. Nice job.
Right side, here's Smith with it. And Smith will bring it back out top. Dropping off to Hanger. Abby Hanger with it between the circles. Left side to Carter. Here's McCaster driving baseline. A foul going to be called, a blocking foul against the Alton Redbirds.
This will be the 15th foul. Foul is number 22, Jada Moore, her second.
Foul on Jada Moore as McCaster to throw it in for Belleville West. Gets it into Hanger. Top of the key. Hanger driving to the free throw line. Kicks it out to Miller. Right back to Abby Hanger. Top of the key. Smith driving down the paint. Looking for help, trying to get it out to McCaster and throws it away and out of bounds on the Belleville West Maroons. They'll call it over and back as it was touched by the Maroons before it went out of bounds. And the Redbirds will have the basketball. And here comes Kaitlyn Hill back into the ballgame.
Well, the Maroons are probably going to look to her to do some big-time scoring as she did in the third quarter to extend this lead a little bit, but the Maroons with 12 turnovers in this game, you got to say, if not for so many turnovers, maybe Belleville West has a little bit more control in this one.
Cynthia Moore at the top of the key for the Redbirds will drop it off to Jada Moore. Now left side, Cynthia Moore with it. Top of the key, here's Jessica Lenore driving. Kicks it out to Harrod, whose shot is on the way, no good. Long rebound, though, chased down by Hampton. Back out top, Michaela Harrod fires it into Hampton, who strips it away from a Belleville West player and then works it back out top. Jada Moore on the right side now. Into the corner, Lenora back to Jada Moore. Here's Harrod, left side, a shot on the way, and it's no good. Rebound, Hampton back up, and a foul going to be called on Belleville West. That'll send Hampton to the line where she's 1 for 5 tonight. A 1-point lead for Belleville West. Hampton with a chance to tie it here. And she does.
That last foul coming on Erin Miller, her third.
Hampton with a chance to give the Redbirds the lead and misses this one. As Hill pulls down the board. Here's McCaster with it, headed up the left side. McCaster all the way down the floor, and she is going to be fouled by the Redbirds.
Again, a foul on the floor. The basket was good. It won't count, but what a huge bucket that would have been for Belleville West. Bit of a questionable call there.
McCaster set to throw it in after Jada Moore called for the foul. And McCaster will get it into Hanger. Abby Hanger with it, driving. Looking towards Hill. Now will turn around and get it to Carter. Back to Hanger. Now they get it to Hill. Kicks it right back out to Hanger. Here's McCaster with it. McCaster driving. Into the corner. Here's Carter with a three on the way. No good. Rebound comes down to Michaela Herod. And the score in 34 with the Redbirds having the basketball now. 2:55 on the clock. Lenore kicks it out to Cynthia Moore. Here's Jada Moore with a three on the way, and it's no good. Herod with a rebound. Back up. No good. The rebound comes down to McCaster. Stripped away. Herod with another shot. Herod with another shot. Missed them all, but finally draws the foul.
What a sequence of events on that transition there. Several missed shots by Alton, but they continue to get the offensive board for repetitive chances at a score here. And why both of these teams are so anxious to shoot threes when it's a tie ball game, I'm not so sure. I think you work, use as much time as you got. There's no shot clock on the high school level. Work it around until you can get a good shot. Make sure you get a bucket in.
Michaela Herod gives the Redbirds a 1-point lead, 35-34. She hits the first free throw, and she'll have another. 2:40 on the clock. Herod's shot on the way, and it's good. She hit them both. She's a perfect 3 for 3 on the night from the free stripe. And the Redbirds have a 2-point lead. Smith with it. Between the circles for Belleville West. Works it to the right side. Hanger to Miller, now to Smith. Top of the key, McCaster with it. McCaster to the left side to Smith. Back top of the key, Miller with it. Miller to Shaniqua Smith. She brings it out between the circles. Works it right side to Abby Hanger. Here's Smith with it. And now McCaster again between the circles. Left side, Smith. Coming up on the 2-minute mark of this ball game. Smith drives. Now the ball stolen away by the Redbirds, but stolen right back by Belleville West. And they want a timeout with 1:58 to go in this ball game. They trail the Redbirds 36-34. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Sports, food, and good times. All this and more are waiting for you at Alton Sports Tap. Gather the crew for a night out, or better yet, bring in the whole family and enjoy the best burger or wings in town. We offer daily specials, an affordable menu, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Visit our new Caribbean-themed edition. We also have banquet and meeting rooms for your special occasion. Alton Sports Tap, serving up sports, food, and good times daily at the intersection of Route 140 and Homer Adams Parkway in Alton.
Listen to what people are saying about the Bank of Edwardsville.
It is a pleasure for me to bank at the Bank of Edwardsville.
Your entire staff was professional, thorough, and very helpful.
I was told I would be taken good care of, and that was the understatement of the year.
Because of the excellent service I received, I transferred both my savings and checking accounts to the Bank of Edwardsville.
We appreciate the dedication the bank provides.
And that's why I work at the Bank of Edwardsville.
Back at Alton High School, Dennis Laird alongside Trevor Shaw and Belleville West with the basketball. They've yet to score in this quarter. Redbirds outscoring Belleville West 5-0 here in the fourth. They lead by 2. Here's Miller with it, left side to Abby Hanger. Hanger cross-courts it to Smith. She'll take the jumper, and it's good. First 2 of the quarter for Belleville West.
Nice open shot to knock down by Shaniqua Smith.
4 points now for Smith. There's Lenore in trouble. And the backcourt. And a timeout going to be called by the Redbirds with the score tied at 36. 1:23 left to go in this one. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
What do I have to do to sell you a car?
Roberts Motors, easy to get to, just off Highway 67 or Highway 3 in Alton.
State Farm serves over 75 million auto, fire, life, and health policies in North America. And in the Riverbend area, Tom Lane is the newest face of State Farm. With 10 years experience, a highly trained staff, and a good neighbor attitude, he provides his customers with exceptional knowledge and service. Call 377-8912 or visit them on the web at tomlaneagency.net today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to Alton High School. Dennis Laird alongside Trevor Shaw. Redbirds basketball score tied at 36 as the Redbirds get it in. It's Jada Moore bringing it across the timeline, picked up by Smith, quickly double team. They fire it to Hampton. Kayla Herod with it now. Back to Jada Moore. Moore back to Herod. Down low they go. Here's a shot all the way. It's no good from Lenore, and she'll go over the back on the rebound of McCaster and send McCaster to the stripe with the score knotted at 36 and a minute 5 to go.
A lot of bodies in that little scrum outside the basket there going for the ball. I did think that for a second maybe they were going to call something on Kaitlyn Hill, which would send her to the bench for the remainder of the game with 5 fouls. But
McCaster a perfect 4 for 4 on the night from the stripe, make it 5 for 5, and that gives Belleville West a 1-point lead.
A couple of big free throw attempts here for McCaster, and she's been aggressive all night with the ball, penetrating the lane and taking some outside shots.
And she misses this one. A 1-point Belleville West lead as the Redbirds have the basketball. Jada Moore with 58 seconds to play works it to Cynthia Moore. Back to Jada, almost stolen by McCaster. Jada steps up inside the arc, lets it fly. No good on the rebound. Lenore and Hill tied up. Jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of Belleville West with 49.7 seconds left. They have the basketball.
Alton's going to press the Belleville West all the way down the court here and see if they can trap them.
McCaster will throw it away, and the Redbirds will get it back with 42 seconds to play.
Bad cross-court pass that time. Got to know where your teammates are. You got to know where you're throwing the ball. You can't just throw it. Just kind of throw it up and hope that they can get to it.
Cynthia Moore having trouble getting it in. Finally does to Lenore. Now left side, they'll work it to Jada Moore. Into Hampton at the free throw line. Right side, here's Cynthia Moore to Lenore. Here's a pass stolen away by Belleville West. Abby Hanger with the steal and down to 27 seconds. Now McCaster with it, and they'll chase her down and foul her and send her to the stripe, stopping the clock with 23.6 seconds left to go in this one. Erica McCaster, 5 out of 6 from the free throw line as she steps up there again.
And she's shooting 78% on the year, so probably not the ideal person Alton wants to send to the stripe, but she was the one with the ball, and they couldn't allow any more time to tick off the clock.
And McCaster hits the first one.
Big shot there. She makes this one. Could really put the pressure on the Redbirds. They're going to have to take a 3-point shot to at least try and tie the ball game up.
And McCaster lets this one fall short. So the Redbirds only need 2. They work it down into the front court, and the Redbirds will call a timeout, leaving 17.4 seconds on the clock. They trail to the Maroons by 2, 38-36. We'll be back after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
When you play sports like football, injuries are going to happen. That's why more area schools count on the Human Motion Institute's sports medicine pros to keep their athletes healthy and in the game. Our certified athletic trainers are part of the team, assessing and treating injuries right on the field. And if serious injury occurs, they're backed by an expert team of Alton Memorial Hospital surgeons and therapists. The Human Motion Institute at Alton Memorial Hospital. We're part of the team.
Take a look at the latest J.D. Power & Associates insurance certifications for customer satisfaction. Know what each certified agency has in common?
Each is with American Family Insurance.
In fact, American Family Agencies are the first agency certified by J.D. Power & Associates.
According to our policyholders, our agents deliver an outstanding customer experience.
American Family Insurance.
All your protection
under one roof.
Call me, Gerard Fisher, at 466-7062 or stop by 3014 Godfrey Road.
Welcome back to Alton High School. Dennis Laird alongside Trevor Shaw. The Redbirds have the basketball down by 2. They trail the Maroons 38-36 as Hampton gets ready to throw it in. Hampton looking, and finally finding Lacey. Lacey with the basketball, going to let the 3 go, and it's no good. The rebound knocked around, kicked up by McCaster in the backcourt, and they fouled her immediately. Lacey fouling her, leaving 8.9 seconds on the clock.
Well, curious shot selection there by the Alton Redbirds, taking a 3 when you only need 2 to tie the ball game. I mean, unless, of course, you are just going for the win, but they had plenty of time left on the clock. Just a mental lapse there by the Redbird players.
McCaster back to the stripe for Belleville West, and she'll hit the first one. She'll have another. And now Belleville West will call a timeout. That leaves the score 39-36 in favor of the Maroons. 8.9 seconds to go in this one. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Listen to what people are saying about the Bank of Edwardsville.
It is a pleasure for me to bank at the Bank of Edwardsville.
Your entire staff was professional, thorough, and very helpful.
I was told I would be taken good care of, and that was the understatement of the year.
Because of the excellent service I received, I transferred both my savings and checking accounts to the Bank of Edwardsville.
We appreciate the dedication the bank provides.
And that's why I work at the Bank of Edwardsville.
Welcome back to Alton High School. Dennis Laird alongside Trevor Shaw as Erica McCaster back to the free strike to shoot her final free throw here, trying to give Belleville West a 4-point lead. They lead 39-36 over the Redbirds, and she misses. And now the Redbirds will bring it up the floor. Jada Moore down the right side, and Alton will take a timeout, leaving 3.1 seconds on the clock, and the Redbirds a chance here to call the play during the timeout to set up a 3, and we'll see that after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
St. Anthony's Health Center, located in Alton, is serving the Riverbend area with quality patient care and comfort through comprehensive outpatient rehabilitative therapy services, advanced diagnostic technology, and emergency services, while also providing community education classes that benefit those of all ages. All brought to you by St. Anthony's Health Center's dedicated and caring health professionals.
Welcome back to Alton High School. Dennis Laird alongside Trevor Shaw. 3.1 seconds on the clock as the Redbirds set to throw it in here, looking for a three-pointer to tie this one up. Hampton looking, gets it into Jada Moore. Jada Moore going to have to let it go, and it's way off the mark. And that's the ball game. The Maroons defeat the Alton Redbirds 39-36, and we'll be back to wrap it up after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. St. Anthony's Health Center, innovation, commitment, compassion. First Cloverleaf Bank, we're better together. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. The Bank of Edwardsville, the people you know and trust. And by Roberts Motors, the value store since 1949.